This is your official sector trends. Now, described as unlike anything seen in peacetime, the coronavirus outbreak has truly turned our world upside down and has caused serious hardships for businesses around the world in the process. Hennessy, in this response, has partnered with bartenders in its efforts to continue supporting the hospitality industry following the adverse effects brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. In this light, it has launched a bartenders cocktail competition, which is their second edition. Joining us is a bartender who will join us later, all right, who's going to tell us exactly how to mix it. But now, we are also joined by Alexander Helene, who is the marketing manager, Eastern Africa, Moet Hennessy. Helene, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Happy to have you around as usual. So let's talk about this. Can you take us through your response during this COVID-19 pandemic, especially within the hospitality industry? What have you been doing that you want especially doing in 2019?
So it was quite challenging for everyone. And we try to be very close to our consumers and the people who are working in this industry,
yes,
like the bartenders. So we did a lot of the digital way of working, of course, amplified, and we had new tools. We tried to give a lot of knowledge through the digital, as it was not possible to meet, unfortunately. And we did a lot of different things in order to improve the service and to be prepared when the trade will open again. So if we're talking about this competition, it's a worldwide competition, Hennessy. Any country where we have best bartenders is competing. And now I'm very happy that the Kenyan bartenders are on the spot, and I hope that something good will go after that.
Pretty much. Can you talk us, because I know everybody's looking forward to that competition. How is the competition going to sort of be carried? Who's eligible to participate? How is it going to take place? And what time is it running?
So if you want to participate, you make a call to me and we'll see what we can do.
That's it. Well, Elaine, just hold on. I mean, it's a very good proposition. Are you saying that anybody who wants to participate would talk to you directly?
So unfortunately, it's not possible because otherwise you will have thousands of people. So we try to get the best of the best and the ones who teach others, because as they mastered their way of working,
yes,
it's a possibility for them after that to translate to new bartenders. And this is the idea behind that. So we take the best ones in Kenya that can showcase their talent. And of course, here it's a bit more complex because people cannot taste your cocktail. So it will be the way of you presenting the cocktail.
I get it. It's the art part of it.
Yeah. So it's different, but it's very interesting because for that you need to have the passion of what you are doing in order to translate that to people when they are watching you.
Fantastic. Why is it not possible that, well, people are not going to test it? Are we not taking out an element out of that competition, Elaine?
Well, it's possible for people to taste it, but the people who will judge the video are based in the Hennessy Maison in France. So for them, of course, it won't be possible to taste the cocktail. So it's more in terms of knowledge of the product and understanding which ingredients goes together.
So talk to me. What is the bartending culture like? I'm talking about, let me call it the mixology there for culture like in Kenya. Is it so ingrained that you're trying to introduce it through this competition?
The fact that, the cocktails things is very a knowledgeable way of working because you are mixing different flavors. And when you are a bartender and you understand how to mix sour to sweet to bitterness and all those things, when you are able to do it, that means that you're a professional in your profession. So it's quite important for us because our product, remember, it's Hennessy, it's a luxury brand, so to mix with something else, it has to be high quality.
Pretty much. Elaine, let's talk about stakeholder engagement. I mean, it's a business model that we've seen most other companies take during this COVID-19 pandemic. Has it been also important as part of your strategy in fighting for your strongholds within the pandemic?
If I get your question right, what we are doing now to avoid not doing anything, it's to engage a lot of different people into this industry.
Yes.
So we are close to them in the way where we can. And we cannot organize big events. We cannot be with many people together. So we need to follow the rules. And it's not easy. And that's what we're doing now, is one way of doing it.
And do we expect that this is going to be a continuation from your end as well? Are we just doing it during the COVID-19 pandemic? Is it supposed to be a mainstay, whatever it is that you're doing right now, Helene?
No, it's the second one. And the first one was a success already. Unfortunately, Kenya didn't win. So as far as Kenya is not number one in this world, we will continue the competition.
Yes. Well, what is giving you the confidence this year that, well, we might make a mark in the competition? Because the first one, well, Kenya, what position we take in the first one?
I cannot tell you, but let's say that this one, we want to be part of top 5.
Top 5 is good.
Why the reason?
Yes. What is giving you the confidence that the performance might improve this year?
So yesterday we did a tasting of all the bartenders who are attending the competition, and
yes,
they presented the cocktails. And you do have in Kenya a lot of beautiful, marvelous spices and fruits. So you have all the ingredients, and the bartenders in Kenya are learning very fast. From the first time till now, when I tasted the cocktails, it's very, very different world. And you can see that the gap is going very, very close to the top ones that you can compete in New York, for example, or in Paris. So yes, I'm confident.
Yes. Elaine, I would like to think that the selection process of who you call the best bartender in Kenya would be quite an intricate process. How did you go by that yourself?
Well, it's a long time I'm in industry, in liquor industry, and I worked in very many different countries. And there's a association of bartenders. There's professionals in this segment, and when you know one, and for example, I can give you an example. One of the best bartender in the world is based in Moscow.
Yes.
And when he knew that I was in Kenya, he said, Alex, you know who's there? Contact those people, blah, blah. I know them, work with them, they're good guys. You know, it's by relation, and you know who does what in this. It's a very small world, the bartenders, and when you are on the top, everybody knows you.
Do you believe that the mixology and the proper bartending also improves the sales of these beverages that we're talking about, especially Hennessy now?
Well, as I said, Hennessy is a luxury brand. It has a lot of flavors, so you need to be very good at what you are doing when you mix Hennessy with something, because if you mix it badly, then you lose the flavors of the cognac Hennessy. So it's a matter of knowing and understanding how to make a beautiful cocktail. But beautiful cocktail is not something that you drink a lot. It's not a question of this. It's a question of experience and different flavors. So yes, I do believe that those kind of category of bartenders who are able to do a beautiful cocktail with Hennessy, well, it will be splendid experience for someone who's buying it.
Have you lost that element as we were going through the COVID-19 pandemic? And how much forward are you looking to the conversations that we already have across the country that it's time now for us to lift the curfew and further relax some of the COVID-19 regulations that we have been with for close to 1 year now?
So sorry, I didn't get the question.
Yes, Helene, I'm asking, how forward are you looking to the, well, relaxation of the curfew? Because there are some members of your industry that are calling for that. And do you think mixology works better when, well, you can hold an event and people can actually walk into these entertainment joints and the bars themselves and get to experience that one-on-one with the bartenders?
Well, by doing this, we try to introduce new ways of drinking, and on a high quality level. And this is with our products in Moet Hennessy company. We are trying to achieve. It's not a question of drinking more, it's a question of drinking better.
Yes.
And by this kind of competition to make understand people that you can do beautiful things if you use premium ingredient like Cognac Hennessy, then yes, you achieve something great. But again, it's not a question of volumes, huh? It's a question of quality.
So we've started 2021, Elaine, and can you talk to me about what your optimism is as we start 2021, owing to the fact that you come from one of the toughest years in 2020, especially in the East African market? What are you targeting, sir?
Again, we are targeting new consumers who are able to understand quality. So we are welcoming them into our world to taste our product. Yes, it's a bit more expensive, but the quality and the taste and the flavors will give you a very different level of experience.
Pretty much. Alexander Elaine, Market Manager, East Africa Moet Hennessy. Thank you very much for joining us this morning for this conversation. And I don't know whether we are ready, because on this other side, we do have what is supposed to be, well, an expose on exactly how the mixology competition or exercises is especially supposed to happen. Indeed, if we are ready, then that's exactly where we're supposed to go next. I think once we come from this break, because I've not really got a word from my director.